Good evening and welcome to Gaming with Scott presents Behind the Masks, a Southgate media production. In this series, our heroes remove their masks so that you, the listener, can learn more about the player behind the character. We discuss topics of interest and encourage our players to go off the rails and down the rabbit hole. We hope this helps our audience get to know us better. Discussions and insights begin just after this music. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're here on Behind the Masks. I'm here with Josh Elliott.
Hey.
Dan Gentry.
Hi.
And Martin Davis.
Hello. That sounds like the claw over there.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So, Marty, you had a topic you want to talk about.
Yeah, it's something that occurred to me when we were talking about posts and online stuff and boards and all that Vampire facilitates often. Why on earth have I not seen like quick link YouTube videos for like better acting, and stuff like that, like tips and tricks?
What do you mean by better acting as opposed to don't suck? I mean, that's usually if there's an actor and I just go, hey, don't suck. And I'm like, that's the acting tip for that actor.
Well, I mean, it's like just like behind the actor studios when they start talking about like their motivations, et cetera, just like.
Did you just go behind the actor? Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I watch a lot of stuff. Okay. So
you continue to amaze me. Go ahead.
So
I think there's a pocket dimension where time actually doesn't move as quickly as an hour dimension, and that's where Marty goes to watch TV.
I just did a quick
pocket dimensions of time
YouTube search, and there's a bunch of acting tip videos out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a ton of acting tips.
So you're saying why don't LARPers post these links
on the board
to tell other LARPers that they suck at acting?
No, on the board.
Yes.
No.
Oh, Marty was saying no.
No, as tools, just set it up there and lay it up there on the board. So hey, just in case you want to refresh up on making sure you're at top game when you're role playing a character.
What tips? Like, what tips do you think you would? I mean, what's your core toolkit?
And for characters, for me.
Well, no, I'm
personally?
saying. No, you got a new player that comes in, and you want to give them what's the top 5 tips that you'd put out there, like how to cry by pinching yourself in the side of the thing,
just acting tips, and not so like understanding your character and the motivations, and understanding like the aspirations that person may once have had, etc.
Okay, you realize that's like 6 hours worth of method acting type. Get into your character. This is not a 5-minute YouTube thing like you thought. What are you poking out?
You can do it in 5 minutes if you
don't say spiders.
Okay, well, there's a spider descending from the ceiling right over there. So
you can do it in 5 minutes if you listen to the right song.
Oh, I had when I was playing.
I mean, just quick linking
Blood
YouTube
Rights,
videos.
I had a CD I would listen to on the way to game.
Mm-hmm.
That would really get me in the mood.
All sorts of stuff. Like, just have role playing tools that you just throw onto your game page.
Body language is a big one that a lot of people miss out on, because if you can decide how your character would stand or how your character would react when confronted, like if they're the type of character to like hold themselves, or like when they start getting uncomfortable, what they do with their hands, it helps you stay in character more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So deciding, just body language will get you
apprehensiveness, etc. Yeah.
Getting your body language in check will get you emotionally there. Part of the way.
And some of the best characters I've ever played, Igor was all about body language. Okay.
I loved Igor.
His, other people's, whatever.
Right. Whatever. It was all good. You was all about I wanted to lick people. And there were so many people that made them really uncomfortable. I don't know why. I don't know. I as a person don't get it. I don't know why everyone seems to find that so creepy. If anyone could elaborate, that'd be fine.
What, licking?
Yeah.
I have a personal bubble thing.
Really?
Yes.
That's really?
Yes. If people come within a certain radius of me that isn't like friendly at all, I'm ready to take them down.
Right. Well, I do too. But if somebody walked up and licked my arm, I think my response would be, really? Like the idea
My
of
first
the
response would be to lift my elbow into their chest.
but the
That's
idea.
my first response.
But I had a friend in high school who literally
Sorry.
used to walk around and he would just walk up to a person that he did not know and lick their forehead.
That's a quick way to an easy death.
You would think that.
Right?
Everybody egos up and goes, I'd bust his ass.
I'd beat that so
The thing is, people didn't,
Well, yeah.
right.
amazingly, and shock was usually the actual reaction.
Yes.
You know, did that just happen? What's happening?
There's a leg peeing reference I like to make about that. The human mind just cannot deal with what is currently going on because it falls so far outside the spectrum of their reality.
What was interesting is the way, because it was a he, and the way women would react to it.
How would they react to it?
You would think they would be
Revulsion? Right?
Right.
Yell, scream.
but they weren't.
They laugh, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's a fear response.
Yeah.
That is the I'm gonna so he doesn't kill me.
Well,
Gavin DeBecker. Does everybody know here who knew Gavin DeBecker? Okay. Gavin DeBecker does anger studies, the study of anger between the sexes, and all right. So one of his better quotes are men. One of his better quotes is, "Men are afraid women are going to laugh at them. Women are afraid men are going to kill them."
Which just happened recently. A woman got shot for telling a guy, "No, I don't want you."
Sure. Well, now Josh seems to have this look on his face, like, sure.
I'm just tired.
We're not talking about
Of your
microaggressions. We're
mouth?
talking about actual aggressions. Just if that helps at all.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea of this unknown male comes up to this young lady and licks her on the forehead, as completely inappropriate as that behavior is.
Yeah.
The response on her part to go, now was this a laugh of, gee, I really like it, do it again, do it again? Was this Buffalo Bills, I'd me? Or was it,
hey, or was it the lottery? You know, you got one out of the.
I mean, from my memory, I would describe it as neither of those. Actually, I would describe it as much more of a. Oh my God, that just happened! Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with this situation.
Right.
I'm just gonna laugh
This
because
is
I don't know
completely
what
out
else
of
to
my
do.
frame of reference. Like
That's exactly my point.
I have been catapulted out of
Exactly.
my comfort zone.
They don't know how to deal with that.
Right.
So they do things like laugh, or they just stare.
yeah. But there seems to be, or I'm sorry.
Like, have you ever been in a situation, like I walked into a Starbucks one time and it was just the perfect moment for this clerk, okay? And I walked up and she was standing there looking at me and I said, you know, can I get a grande latte, blah, blah, blah. And she went, F you. And that was so not what I expected ever that I laughed, right? Like, it wasn't anger that I experienced or, you know, anything like that. I just went, what? Like, and it's that kind of a laugh.
okay.
The sideswipe humor.
Right.
Yeah. Because there appeared to be, and I'm not really sure.
I'm a big fan of sideswipe humor. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I noticed that. Well, but there appeared to be.
what's that supposed to mean?
It is what it is.
Okay.
There appeared to be that one of the things that people had issue with was the fact that someone else's saliva, like from inside their mouth, got on their person.
Well,
Where else?
if you look at if you think about it, when we think about getting sick or I don't know where you've been, bodily fluids come into play in that.
Yeah.
And saliva is one of them.
Right.
I remember reading something about as women become more and more attracted to someone, the thought of their bodily fluids becomes less and less disgusting.
and more arousing.
Yeah, it's a.
So, Marty, you were all about the bodily fluid thing. What?
What?
I don't
No,
know.
I was laughing about something else when you
Oh,
were
the
talking.
sideswipe thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean,
Okay.
that's really what it is. I mean, because we think of saliva a lot of times as a carrier for bacteria, a carrier for disease.
Oh,
Yeah.
a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth. I mean,
Yeah,
you get bit by a
absolutely.
dog, you've got less of a problem than if you get bit by a human. I mean, that's
Right.
just a fact.
Exactly.
My grandfather almost lost his hand because of a tooth that was stuck in his fist.
From a human or a dog?
Oh no, he's not punching dogs, dude. He's punching people. No,
Yeah, he's over there. Fido's like, Lassie, is
he-
Timmy stuck in the well? Pow!
I mean, if a dog was trying to bite me, I'd punch it.
well, okay,
right in the face.
but like he, he was of that generation. I don't need it. I'm a man.
I'm
know.
Dr. Blouse.
Oh, and
So
had his
he almost
tooth
lost his
stuck
hand.
in his. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, tooth broke off in his fist.
Marty's.
I can see that in your heritage.
This was your grandfather.
Yeah, my
Oh,
grandfather.
your dad's dad?
No, my mom's dad.
Okay.
Marty's.
Yeah.
Marty's.
He was
gran-
he was a Golden Gloves boxer in the army at 16, and got dishonorably discharged because they found out he was 16.
I was about to say, yeah,
he cheated.
that's not authorized.
Yeah, he cheated.
Well,
but it
people
was
did
World
it.
War II though.
Yeah, people did that.
you know. So
Oh, they
he was-
did. They
yeah.
did. Most definitely, they did.
I didn't.
But he called too much attention to himself by
Punching this dude in the face.
fighting, by boxing. You know,
Yeah.
but
That-
that's how he's making his name. You know, and then he's 16. You know, he's bravado.
So Marty's grandparent was apparently Mr. Badass.
Well, I don't know.
Punched somebody hard enough to literally break their teeth off into his fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not exactly
So
sissy
you're-
boy, is what I'm saying.
So what we're saying is Marty's descended from Thor.
Something like that.
Well,
yes.
I am connected to two founding fathers,
Which two?
Madison and Monroe.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So you guys know how I have this thing where I'm lippy, like where my mouth writes checks that my body cannot possibly cash.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I
No,
know.
not at all.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Go ahead.
I found out because I'm adopted and I found my birth family and yada yada yada.
Oh, that's cool.
I found out that we are directly descended from one of William Wallace's lieutenants.
Really?
So what I'm saying is, authority is in my genes, right?
John Dillinger on my dad's side.
Nice.
So
You know you've got that. Yeah.
what?
Well, look at him. He's got the
What? He's got hair?
no. Look
Is
at
it-
his
is it time
facial
to-
his facial structure from here to here.
Is it time to periscope that so that,
No.
so that all of the fans
I
can
think
look at that?
so. I think absolutely.
we don't need the periscope.
Well,
Go ahead,
let's
keep
take a
talking.
picture and put a vote. Let's put it to a vote online.
Why?
That's a
Why?
great idea.
Because we're trying to get the fans involved,
You
Martin.
know, they can get involved by just talking and hanging out and saying what's up instead of.
They-
No,
they
no,
need to know
That's
you
what we were
as
trying to
we
do with
know you.
Periscope.
Can't.
So-
Why do you hate the fans, Marty?
that's
Marty
what
hates
it
the
is.
fans.
That's what it is. No,
So-
but on my dad's
you
side.
pick that up?
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, here's the family story, right? So that John Dillinger never died in front of Chicago theater.
Okay, I was going to be like, why is he a vampire now?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Cool
Because
story.
He never died.
Cool story, bro. Back to why do you hate the fans, Marty?
Yeah, why do you hate the fans?
Let's stay on
Marty?
topic.
What's up with that?
We're talking about you now.
Okay,
So that was a good attempt to shift the conversation.
Right. So talking about me and my past and my ancestors. So anyway,
So Marty, look over here for just a sec. Now move away from the microphone so that we can see your entire face. Dillinger. Are we looking at? Hold on.
Quick, somebody give him a Tommy gun.
Well,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, well, you would look probably
Marty-
more Dillinger.
Marty,
with a,
pretend you're about to
shoot some-
copulate. So give me the dead eyes that you were giving me before.
what do you do when you copulate? Right? It's like, give me the dead eyes. And get the axe out. Whoa.
What?
Okay,
Hatchet, sex it, and party or repartee.
so
I don't understand
you-
why you're all laughing. You know what? You guys.
he said,
I use a machete,
He
so
said-
I don't know why you're using
Well,
an
that's
axe.
what I'm
Marty.
saying.
Marty, give me your O face. You know, the dead eyes.
He actually gave me a look. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Because I would think your O face is like one of the most intense. Like, you're right in the. And there's Marty's like, and then he said the phrase you used was dead eye. I was like,
why?
give me the dead eyes. Wait, what? How is that your O face?
Maybe he's got it.
You're going to copulate dead eyes.
An orgasmic-induced epilepsy that makes his face relax. You don't know.
Apparently.
Give me the.
Okay, no. Look at the camera. Look at the camera, and look at it. Just look. Stop.
Look at it.
Look at it.
Look
Hold on.
at
Hold on.
it.
Okay, stop taking
You keep
pictures
looking away while I'm taking
of
pictures.
him.
Okay, go ahead. I stopped. Go ahead.
Now let him get his composure.
Come on. Get your dead-eyed old face on.
You're not helping.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You made him snort.
I lost it.
You made him snort.
You know these are all going up on Twitter,
You
right?
guys sent him straight into postgasm.
Give me your O face. Dead-eyed, unemotional stare. Like normal.
Like when you've climbed on top and you're just...
Well, how do you guys look when you tell him to put the lotion in the basket?
Well, I don't know.
there is
I
a
can't see
little
him with a
dead-eye
hole down there. I didn't put any
I don't put a
lights.
mirror on the floor.
I mean,
I would me.
Sure you would.
so
It's okay. Look at the camera. You sure that's what you want to go with? Go ahead.
So the family story is that Dillinger didn't die in front of the Chicago theater.
Just let your face drop.
Yeah.
Just let it all drain
Carl?
out. Like, you're an actor, Marty. Just let it drain.
All right. I want to finish this first. God damn you.
Okay, I think Dan's got some tip videos you might need to watch.
Oh, my God. All right. Before we leave here, I'm going to put your fingers between the... Anyway, so... Goose for a bar.
There it is.
So
There's the murder face.
Yeah. So the idea was that he was not there and that he would never leave his territory. Indianapolis, Indiana, Mooresville area, really, all of that. He wouldn't leave the territory to Chicago, in someone else's obvious territory. We don't play games like that, and he didn't. But there was rumor of him all over Chicago doing stuff. There was some guy that looked like him, and he knew it, and he was playing it up, playing big man, until big man shows up in Chicago with his woman, and he's like, "I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm just going to have you take her to see a film." And then when he took him to see a film, that was the last thing that guy ever did. They deported her, and he met up with her later in her home country, and they had a son, and that's the family story.
Scott, Marty doesn't get to tell stories anymore.
Okay.
All right. Where was the tension?
Yeah, where was the conflict, Marty?
The conflict is history.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a family story with Dillinger.
Marty's like, there was no conflict. It ended with dead eyes.
Yeah.
Nice.
There it is. See, you can do it the whole time.
I missed it.
No.
Do it again.
Well, so do his victims. It's very fleeting.
It's very fleeting.
It's a privilege.
That was funny, by the way, when you were like, "Show me when you're going to copulate." The
you
dead eye.
You like that? You like that?
Show me the dead eyes.
You
It
want
was
some
like,
more of that?
what?
Audience people, do you want more of that?
Oh yes.
Let me know. Asmodee369.
Hashtag dead eye copulation.
Wow. Show me your hashtag dead eyes.
Ooh, no.
When you
Hashtag- hang on.
hashtag copulate.
Hashtag deadgasm.
Deadgasm. Deadgasm.
Oh.
I think I've seen that movie.
That needs to be a thing.
It says, you got to throw the dead eyes in the long.
Do that noise again. Do that noise again.
No,
Just-
you're
just
really
gotta-
enjoying
I
it.
just got to position up. Hold on. a
Yeah.
second.
He's like, get it in there.
So much of this episode's going to get edited out.
What? No. Why?
PG-13, maybe? Much?
We have
bleep
left
buttons.
that bracket so long ago.
That's why most of this is going to become...
I'm not talking about this episode. I'm talking about the show in general.
I disagree.
We are not PG.
My kids really enjoyed the floppy Superman dead thing.
What?
Well, of
there it
course
is.
they did.
Because they're dead inside. What?
What?
The floppy, fleshy Superman thing. I thought that was hilarious.
As opposed to the rest of the table that got so creeped out by it that they just like crawled out of their own
The
skin.
problem is, Scott, you're taking all the good stuff that would actually propel us forward to build an audience that would actually get people to tune in, and you're cutting it.
No, I'm
when
not.
you do that.
No, I'm not.
I swear. Okay.
No. All
Okay.
right. Well, that'll be the
live-
subject of our next.
We live in a rated R world
Well, but you don't have to be obscene about it
With dead eyes
with dead eyes.
with dead eyes.
from every corner.
Well, and here's the argument. Here's the argument for that. Then, okay, let's take what I've what here's this episode that our customers, that our fans, that our listeners have heard so far. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Behind the Scenes. Marty has this thing about LARPs and this little tiny things about acting clips, and then there was a Dillinger is dead. He broke his hand off, and the show me dead eyes copulate.
Yeah.
Why? We live in a rated R world. That's all they've heard so far. Like the rest, everything else has been
Great episode.
Brilliant.
Leave it alone.
Brilliant. Look, don't mess with art.
To deny one's art is the only sin.
Carl, I will not apologize for art. Yes, yes. If you've watched Llamas with Hats, you know Carl will not apologize for art. So, but here's the
Nothing
thing.
worse than raw face.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than raw face. Oh, I think that one touched me. So anyhow, the the topic that I've heard, and this is we have an audience, and here's the best argument that I've heard so far of why we should maintain PG-13. We've all gone. We used to go 10, 20. 25 years ago, we went to Starbase Indy, okay? And my wife, it was very funny because this year, I took both of my children to Starbase Indy. My children are 10 and 8. There's been 25 years between when we went before and when I brought the kids now. But the idea is Starbase Indy 25 years ago was like, bow, chicka, bow. I mean, that was like, everybody was young, everybody was trim, everybody was sexy, and you were like, Saturday night at the con, it was on, right? Now.
Or off.
Whatever, or off, or everything was off, and then it was on. Fast forward 20, 25 years. All that bow wow, they all have kids now.
Yeah.
That's a natural extension
From
of
the bow
chicka bow wow. Right. Literally,
From said
bow
previous
plus
bow, chicka bow wow.
chicka plus bow wow equals small versions of yourself. That's how this works. So the argument that was made, that was put forward was, okay, if I'm listening to a podcast in the car, because this is the same demographic that we've been partying with for those last 25 years. Now they have kids. Now they still want to listen to podcasts like ours. They still want to listen to the live play, the storytelling advice, the behind the masks.
Right.
I put it on in the car, and there's my 10-year-old, and we're like, well, there's going to be this thing.
Well, I'm not a crook.
Like now I'm like, well, I can't listen to that podcast anymore because it's not safe to listen. And then my wife looks over at me from the passenger seat, and I'm like,
What did you do?
yeah, what did you put on the radio in front of the children? Like, oh, dear Lord. Now the podcast is no longer safe.
Allow me to retort.
Rebuttal?
I acknowledge that everything you have just said is true.
Thank you.
However,
But
it misses the larger context, which is this. And it's the thing that all those listeners with the kids that want to listen to it in the car, yada, 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 don't want to hear.
Hi.
That generation went to Starbase Indy, and they were slim and trim, and then they got it on, and then they had babies, and yada, yada, yada. All right. The total potential audience pool, right? That's all potential listeners for the show.
Yes.
Which
Is
everyone.
majority composed of the emerging millennial nerd,
Okay.
all right, that is being spurred by us, frankly, being mainstreamed as a hobby now.
Thank you, Marvel.
Right. Thank you, Marvel.
right,
Yeah.
seriously.
That's where the core audience is.
Sure.
The nerd with the kids out there. I love you. I'm one of you, kind of. I don't have myself, but I get it. The thing is, you're not the center anymore. And so what you're doing is you're niching us onto the the dying end of the tail.
I disagree because it's still because that target audience that you are firing at, just because we don't use as every other word, they can still listen to us.
I didn't.
Well,
if you're talking about the
you're
foul
also- you're talking
language,
about
is
content.
that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Editing?
Yes.
See, I thought you were going to delete content like the things we just talked about.
No.
Oh well.
No. So here's the thing. Okay, and I'll
Well, it's
use
still
it.
a good conversation.
And I'll use another example. Okay.
I thought you were going to drop the Dead Eyes thing.
No. Oh my God.
See,
that's
that's
gold.
what I-
That is gold.
Okay.
Oh dear Lord.
That's
no.
what I thought. That's why I was going.
That's like hashtag Dead Eyes. That's
Okay.
going out tonight. You got to be kidding me.
Deadgasm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all. But that's gold, especially. And I'm going to put that on Marty's photo, and that's going to be our new poster for the.
Plus, it made me feel
Let's
bad.
just move
when
on to a
and
different idea.
you know why I fought you? It had nothing. It had nothing to do with
You're
everything.
gonna get your own meme. Hashtag
Yeah, you are.
Deadgasm.
Hashtag Deadgasm, and it's going to start with Marty, and it's going to start with Marty going like this.
That is not the message
Don't you-
I would like to send.
Don't you want to be? Don't you want to be
Marty.
internet famous?
Marty?
No.
Marty,
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah.
for you. Trust us, Marty. We know what's good.
Hashtag Deadgasm. That picture right there. Hashtag Deadgasm.
Do you realize I was wiping
Is
my
your screen
eyes
broken
from
or something?
laughter?
Yeah. What do you mean? Is my screen
For you.
broken?
I can't.
I was
never mind.
leaning over, grabbing my face, and wiping my eyes from laughter.
Oh, there we go. Now I
You
see
see
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
My brain was not processing.
And it's part of the reason I was sitting here arguing with you is because I was like, Scott, you're making me feel bad about myself as a person.
No. So.
Well,
By rejecting my jokes, you're rejecting me.
No.
Well, obviously, right?
So
Grumpy cat, no.
There was a podcast group in the Southgate Media Group who sat down and did a podcast on the show Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Okay.
They were every other word was every other thing. The listenership, it couldn't get off the ground. Okay. So Rob Southgate and Martha Southgate took it and they said, let's pull all the vulgarity out. And granted, these are adult I mean, you're talking about Crazy Eyes. The first time that Crazy Eyes and her getting the thing, like, I was like, she just did what? Mm-hmm. With the okay. So I believe the word you're looking for is urination. Mm-hmm. Okay, 'cause that's an adult word.
On the floor.
On the floor.
or nicturation, if you like to use obscure.
Precisely. Thank you. The new vocabulary words. Yes. When
Word of the day.
when the main character came in and they were put together in a cell, Crazy Eyes engaged in this, what was the word again, Marty?
Nicturation.
There you are. In front of the main character in such a fashion that I, as a viewer, were disturbed by it. Like this, there was an impact here. And they discussed it sans the vulgarity, sans the obscenity, sans the swear words. And the listenership went through the roof. Like, right away. Because you can take concepts, ideas, topics, deadgasm, copulation, and dead eyes. I'm telling you, that those two together, that is comedy gold. I'm going to be working on some Marty. We're going to boom, dead eyes this. You, buddy, it's in. You're getting your own meme, and it's going to be just magnificent.
I do not approve that message.
I think
it's out of your hands at this point.
Maybe.
I'm sitting here. I'm thinking about it. I'm playing with my own nipple.
Oh,
we're watching
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look away.
Yeah.
So no, it's not a question of the content. The question of the content is, I mean, we discussed some content last night.
made him so uncomfortable.
Marty looks more than a little uncomfortable. Marty's like, can we pause this? Marty's about telling me to stop recording for a second.
Stop recording.
Yeah, we don't need that again. So
Dan, you said I could have a ride home with us.
can we go? Can we go?
Well,
Oh, look at the time. Hey.
I'll give you a ride. Marty.
yeah, right. Who
Oh.
wants a mustache ride?
And then why can I hear Elliot going, do it again?
Yeah.
Wait. No. And I just hear Elliot going, do it again. Show me the dead eyes.
Yeah, show me the dead eyes.
Terrible. Just trying to get the heart started again after the dead eyes. All right, I'm with you. So No, it's not a question of the content. The content is fine. The discussion.
I just called to say I gave you dead gaze.
Dead eyes. It looks like a walleye staring back at me.
You have
And
got,
Marty makes it creepy.
You've got to play that for half.
Oh man. Well, she's picked up our podcast. She's starting to listen to it. So
Hey,
Really?
yeah.
Would she want to be a female voice on the game?
She want to play?
Hey, I've asked her and she said no. So.
Okay.
Yay! Yet another female that is No, go ahead.
Wait, hold on a second. You mean a bunch of nerds can't get girls to come anywhere near them?
Shut your mouth.
Shut the
Good
front
sir.
door.
She's all for
You are out of line, sir.
she's all for the acting side and all that because well she's an actress, but all the other nerdy stuff, all the stuff that we all thoroughly enjoy, she gets it. She understands it mainly because proximity to me.
Oh my God, Marty.
But
Marty.
she'd rather
Marty,
do the acting.
Marty.
Yeah.
If you give her dead eyes, does she give them back to you?
Oh my God.
And that'll do us tonight for... now we're right on the edge of that content. If you want to talk to us with a thing, we'll talk to you real soon now. Bye-bye. And that'll do us tonight for Gaming with Scott presents Behind the Masks, a Southgate media production. You can always send us an email at gamingwscott@gmail.com or catch us on Twitter. Josh Elliott is at Asmodee369. Dan is at Malkware. Josh Jackson is at ActionJack853. And Rico is at R1CO. Or me, Scott T, at GamingWScott. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/GamingWScott. Remember, superfans, the more you share, the more we make. If you love what we do, share it with your friends. If you don't love what we do, please share it with us. This show will only be made better by listener participation. Send us email or comments on Facebook, or send us a tweet of the things you would like us to discuss. We promise we will get your comments and topics on the air. And as always, you'll hear from us real soon.